Hey everyone, and welcome back to Yellow Flower Travel, where we explore the world through accessible and inclusive lens. Today, we're taking you on a full review of the Moon Palace Hotel in Ocho Rios, Jamaica, a huge, elegant, all-inclusive resort that we stayed in just days before Hurricane Melissa. And trust me, this one has a lot to talk about, so let's dive in. Pulling up to Moon Palace at night felt grand. You drive through these big arches, and from the moment you approach, security is friendly, welcoming, and really sets the tone. Parking was right on the grounds with lots of space, and something I appreciated immediately was the ambulance on site. It genuinely made me feel like the hotel takes safety and emergencies seriously. There's also a ramp taking you from the car park directly up to the main entrance, which is a great start in terms of accessibility. Now the lobby, honestly, it was beautiful. Very open, very calming, especially at night. During the day though, it does get extremely busy. Think, people checking in, guests moving around, families, strollers, it's a lot. The reception desk was very high, although they did provide stools, which helped us, but this setup may not work well for everyone. The receptionists themselves were lovely, very warm, very easy to talk to. Some of the guest relation staff, however, came across a little bit more intense and slightly imposing at times. Not rude, just a bit much when you're already overstimulated or tired from travel. One thing we really appreciated was the live updates about Hurricane Melissa on the screens. That level of transparency and communication during a weather event, huge relief. Also, instead of a key card, you got a bracelet that unlocks your door. The lobby also had a cute gift shop, a small cafe, and even direct access to their nightclub. So the energy here is a mix of calming and lively, depending on the time of day. This hotel was huge and the signage limited. We got lost a lot. And for first timers or anyone who relies on clear visual orientation, it can get confusing quickly. Now to the room. Ours wasn't an accessible room, and size-wise it was pretty average, but it had everything you need. A coffee machine, water bottles, a fridge, wardrobe space, a safe box, telephone, alarm clock, and even complimentary wine. The bed was really high, something to keep in mind, but comfortable. The bathroom was small. The toilet was nicely low, which can be good for accessibility, but the shower was narrow. It did have a handlebar though, which is always a plus for stability. The balcony, honestly, underwhelming, but the partial ocean view did make up for it. It wasn't a wow moment, but still peaceful enough to sit outside for a quiet time, relatively. To get to the main all-inclusive restaurant, you walk down these beautiful grand stairs, but there are available lifts too. The restaurant itself was lovely. It was spacious with some calmer corners tucked away from the main crowd. And something we particularly loved were the handbag stands. A tiny detail, but really, really thoughtful. The evening staff were the real stars. They were kind, patient, and genuinely seemed to care. We celebrated my mom's birthday here, and the chef personally offered to cook her a special meal separate from the buffet. That level of service is rare. The food, honestly excellent for an all-inclusive. It was fresh and consistently good. There are several other restaurants on the property too, but unfortunately we didn't get a chance to try them. But we did hear some great reviews from other guests. We also tried room service. Again, amazing. The food came quickly, it was still warm, and it actually tasted like restaurant food, not the sort of typical hotel delivery food. What stood out most was the retrieval system. So they give you a beeper so you can request tray pickup when you're ready. Extremely considerate and very forward thinking. Now, getting to the pools was a bit of a mission. The paths weren't always clear, and if you rely on accessible routes, you may find yourself doing little detours. Signage could definitely be improved. but once we eventually got there, the pools were lovely. There are several of them, each with a different vibe. They even have a kids' play pool plus a play area right next to it, which we thought was really thoughtful for families. The pool bar wasn't our favorite. The drinks were average and the service felt a bit rushed and rough around the edges. The beach, though, beautiful, calm, and surprisingly serene for an all-inclusive. The beach was split into two sections, one larger, one smaller, both attached to accessible pathways. There was a jerk chicken hut and fresh coconuts available too, which I felt was really authentic and a lovely touch. While exploring, we found the Wired Lounge, which is a dedicated space for teenagers with games and activities. It seemed safe, fun, and well monitored. The kids club was also secure, well equipped, and very clean, with lots of structured activities. Moon Palace puts on daily entertainment, mostly at their main outdoor stage. The evening shows were honestly spectacular, very high energy, and extremely popular with guests. Now, the gym. The gym deserves its own segment. For us, it was the most impressive part of the entire resort. It really was. Massive, so well equipped, clean, a spin room, and a personal trainer available on site. Lastly, I have to give a shout out to the hotel app. Probably the best hotel app we've ever used. Everything was there, from maps, schedules, bookings, room service, event times. It genuinely improved the entire stay and reduced so much confusion. Overall, Moon Palace Ocho Rios is a beautiful hotel with calm pockets and some really thoughtful features. But it's also a very busy resort and navigation can be tricky, especially for guests who rely on clear signage, step-free routes, predictable layouts, or lower sensory environments. Some areas are accessible, others definitely need improvement. And while many staff members were exceptional, others would really benefit from specialized neurodivergent awareness and accessibility training to create a more supportive experience for all guests. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more accessible and inclusive travel reviews with Yellow Flower Travel. See you in the next one.